Hello, my name is Ben, and I'm checking in with nervousness and excitement. Yesterday, I had the privilege of leading an authenticity improv class. I just created it, and we just started it yesterday. It had 3 people in Aikido, myself, and someone else who's just open. The Aikido teacher came up to me afterwards and said he found it to be valuable because it was engagement without answers. And I just think that's such a perfect way to say, what we all crave. Jesus of Nazareth put it this way: where 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. Alcoholics Anonymous says it more like a loving presence expresses itself through our group conscience, right? There's something about when human beings get together with a greater commitment. And this could be a higher power or just a higher cause of some kind. And you kind of set yourself aside for a while. You set the self aside for a while. You set selfing aside for a while. The group becomes greater than the sum of its parts. And magic happens. So I experienced magic. It was just straight up magic yesterday. And it's not the only time I experienced magic either. So I'm also fortunate to be able to join a couple of authentic circling groups during the week. And these are very similar, where it's surprising the things that come out. It's surprising what you learn. It's surprising how magical it is. It's surprising and refreshing that this something greater than ourselves is so fulfilling. Exactly. This is what's fulfilling. I really think that authentic circling, besides being, we had someone in the group the other day, he said it was his first time, and he said, after 2 hours, he shared and said, he checked out and said, wow, I've been doing talk therapy for a really long time, and this 2 hours was better than years of that. It's more powerful than having done that for years. So, not that you have to be doing authentic circling in a goal-oriented way, right? To get somewhere, to experience the transcendental, to be transformed. And it also happens. But I think this is how it's supposed to happen. Like, there's something selfish, and it's a slippery slope when you start working on yourself and you become too self-involved, too self-conscious. It's the wrong direction. And so, how do you attend to what's necessary to attend to without getting stuck on yourself? So I really think that these authentic circling groups are I don't know how to not use the word answer here, so I'll just use it. I think that they're the answer for a lot of things. They're what we crave for attention, for intensity, for engagement, for connection, and they allow for transformation and the experience of the transcendent. I don't know. I think it's circling maybe the most powerful tool, really, for our current age. Seems to, this kind of group magic also seems to fulfill our need for re-enchantment, and being filled with soul, because it's holistic. We cover the emotions and the mind, your conscious mind, and also the collective unconscious. You may become aware of things that you didn't even know were things to be aware of, that come out of the unconscious, or maybe they're archetypal, or what you'd call karmic, or whatever your experience is, past lives, or even just that, maybe that's the only way you know how to say it. So anyway, I recommend any kind of group, really, that commits to a higher power or has a higher purpose, with the commitment of authenticity and truth, seeing through naivete or unconsciousness or lies or just habits and patterns that we're stuck in, and just a commitment to that, and sitting together with it and allowing that group conscience, which knows more than any of us by ourselves, can begin to see those areas in us that need to be seen. Yeah. Anyway, peace, gratitude, and love.